Well, after the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, it appears that the Wyatt Six are officially done with American Made. And with that, we got a new QR code. Now, the QR code sent us to the previous journal entries that we had before they started feuding and debuting. And we have an entirely brand new entry. On that entry, it's called Freighter. The bond of a family is a cat of nine tails, bound through suffering. We see you, brother. When you need us, we will be there. We were talking about this a lot on stream, trying to decode it. And, as the show is going on, you find different little Easter eggs and things that are on the actual page. If you click on the recycle bin, it shows what appears to be Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas watching a TV screen. I can't quite make out what's on the screen, if it's just a silhouette of the emblem, their logo, or if there's something that has to do with the coloring and a little bit of the glitching. Now, if you go to the top right corner, there is the sound symbol. Click on that square. It shows a picture of the old journal, and then there's a ripped off corner of a notebook page that says L 102537. When we were on stream, people were trying to say that was latitude, but when I typed in L10:2537, it is a colon in between there. It brought up an actual Bible passage. That Bible passage is from Luke 10:25 through 37. So chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. And in that, it is the parable of the Good Samaritan. I went to Catholic school. Basically, in short, what the parable of the Good Samaritan is that it judges who deserves to be saved based on how you treat others, in short. There are a lot of clues and a lot of things that we bounce around and talk about when it comes to who could possibly be the Wyatt Six's next victim. But right now, what I can't help but think about is who are the Wyatt Six looking to align with and or help? There are two main things that pop in my head when we're talking about this at the moment. Parable of the Good Samaritan, I immediately think of Jey Uso. Since Jey Uso has left the bloodline, he has been trying to make up for what he did with his time in the bloodline. He has aligned himself with many other people and has helped them along the likes of not only currently Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, but Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes. Jey Uso has put other people before himself, and he hasn't asked for much more in return. The idea of the Wyatt Six is that they take vengeance on people that have wronged others, especially those that have wronged their own families, which was seen, with American Made. When Chad Gable turned on American Alpha, they came after him because he treated them poorly. Now, Jey Uso is a part of the bloodline. He's no longer with the bloodline, but he shares the blood of the bloodline. The bloodline currently has treated members of their own bloodline terribly, treated people that were a part of their organization like Paul Heyman terribly, have gone on power trips. The entire basis of the bloodline, I feel like, is exactly what the Wyatt Six are trying to eradicate. So maybe because Jey Uso has redeemed himself from being in cahoots with the bloodline and has been more of a sacrificial lamb to help other people on their journeys towards, title pictures, that perhaps maybe they're going to help him in his title match against Braun Breaker, where the sacrificial lamb finally is the one that reaps the benefits. These are all delusional little thoughts that I had as I'm very tired and just wrapped up streaming Monday Night Raw. But there's a part two. Because while that all makes sense in my mind when it comes to Jey Uso, we still have Braun Strowman. Now, going back to the journal entry, if you go up to that right-hand corner where that image is, you right-click on it and you inspect the source. WWE will hide little things in their links and in their source codes, and there is a hyperlink that has a /assets/arbin.jpg. That is the name of this image, the name of the image with the Bible verse on it. Now, while I just spewed all of that about Jey Uso, and while it seems like it would align with Jey Uso, the name of this image is Arbun, Arbun. If you scramble those letters around, you spell Braun. Now, Monday Night Raw, what we just saw is that Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed basically decimated and annihilated each other. Two big boys. There was a tsunami that happened on the tables, and then they went through some drywall, and then there were 50 million people trying to help them, and they were getting checked out by, medical personnel. We don't really know where they're going from there, but that's what happened. Braun Strowman was a member of the Wyatt family. And what I just witnessed tonight on Monday Night Raw was very 2017 Braun Strowman, very "I'm not finished with you" Braun Strowman, where he flipped a golf cart. Granted, he didn't flip an ambulance this time, but very reminiscent of that version of Braun. It's possible that we're not going to see the Wyatt Six for a minute. Maybe we will. I think it's all going to be dependent upon where everybody ends up from here on out. Because where the Wyatt Six logo has shown up thus far doesn't make sense to that particular person. So just this past week on SmackDown, the Wyatt Six logo appeared behind Nick Aldis and behind Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Now, I don't see why the Wyatt Six would want anything to do with Nick Aldis, and currently I don't necessarily see why they would want anything to do with Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair. But it is on SmackDown, so maybe that means that they're going to be making a jump to SmackDown in the meantime. Really hard to say. These are still just thoughts that I wanted to get out there. I want to know what you're thinking. Who do you think that the Wyatt Six are going after? Do you think they're going to be aiding Braun? Do you think they're going to be aiding somebody else? Is there something that I missed? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember, we're live every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, typically unless I have something else going on. I will be gone this weekend because I'm going to TwitchCon. I leave Wednesday, so there will be no Friday night SmackDown stream, but I should be back for the following Monday Night Raw on the 23rd. I just might be tired. We'll see. Make sure you're subscribed and you're following me on all socials. I have a lot of videos coming out and a lot of cool things happening. As always, thank you very much, guys. Take care, kids. See ya.